Hello, everyone. Proud to bring you Wednesday night coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Brooklyn Nets going up against the New York Knicks. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And reporting from the sidelines all game long, we've got David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Thanks very much. Now, guys, at the end of this season, there is a potential opt-out of the collective bargaining agreement. And after seeing star players hold out, some wonder if that will be exercised. Commissioner Silver says we have a common interest to ensure that contracts are honored. Those are issues we can approach collectively. Kevin?
As is always the best case. David, thank you. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. The forward spots will be Barrett and Randall. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then it's Mitchell Robinson. And it's Grimes in at the 2. And for the Nets, we got Harris. And it's Bridges in at the shooting guard position.
And it's been a rough stretch for the New York Knicks, a team that has only had a handful of playoff appearances in the last 20 years.
It'll be the Nets off the tip. Dinwiddie with it. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. The Knicks are trying to get back to being competitive, GA, but it has been difficult, hasn't it?
They haven't been able to attract top-level talent for quite some time, which is surprising when you consider this big market and the status this franchise has within the city.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Dinwiddie. And the Nets, Richard, are trying to build a legacy where they're recognized as one of the league's true glamour franchises.
And they've got the star power and they've got the market. You got an ownership that is willing to pay for it. They will do everything, but ultimately it's going to be the players and how they perform on the court that will dictate how this success is viewed.
The infrastructure is there. Now can they get the players to fill the role? Now the pass to Grimes. That falls. Nice feed that time from Brunson.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Bridges, no one around him. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Now, here's Barrett. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game.
And this is who Barrett is, a competitor, someone who looks to get revenge whenever he can.
No one near Randall as he lets it go. And again, New York with the triple.
Executing the plan here early, still haven't missed a shot.
Dinwiddie against Brunson. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
Nice take. Staying aggressive with this game, still very much up in the air.
Now here's Brunson. Coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. Count the basket. Well, in a new season, there are some players, Richard, that hit the ground running. And there are others, as you well know, that take a while to get going. Which I know what camp you fell into, but what would you say? Did you take a while to get going, or were you ready to go?
No, it was both. There was one where it was like I struggled to get going and really get a rhythm, and there's others that I was just ready to go and locked in. As your environment changes, so does your success. And so sometimes as your environment changes, you got to figure out how to be successful.
Good inside. Brunson, good.
This looks like a shoot-around the way they're scoring. 5 straight makes to start the game.
1:53 left in the first quarter. Here's Bridges. Again, the Nets for 2.
A legitimate threat to burn you from that mid-range. Bridges recognizes when he should take that shot.
Mikal Bridges has found a groove the last couple of years. 5 years removed from college, and he's become a full-time starter.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Dinwiddie left side. The Nets working the ball around now. Here's Harris. Oh, that's blocked.
This has to energize Barrett. He needs to keep bringing this type of intensity to the defensive end. And about Mikal Bridges, just how good can he be?
He's got the power to beat you off the dribble inside, certainly likes to attack the paint, but he can also spot up and beat you from beyond the arc.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And a new group in for the Nets. And Simmons, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Johnson comes in for Joe Harris. Thomas checked in for Mikal Bridges. And Curry subbed in for Dinwiddie. Here's Curry. 11-point game his last outing. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Thomas gets a wide open look. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
And it's Rose with the ball for the Knicks. 4-point game. And this is their first time matched up with Brooklyn this year.
Two division rivals facing off tonight. They'll see one another 4 times this season.
Here's Simmons. Following the score by Derrick Rose. Simmons passes to Thomas. Got a piece of it. To the middle, and stolen by Simmons. Here's Johnson, and it's denied. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
.27 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Curry's shot is good.
Well, we know Simmons can do this. At 6'11", I don't know that anyone in the league has his vision.
Here's Hart, and again it's New York.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
You have to think at this point the winner will be the one to settle in on defense.
Thomas gets the bucket.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
And good that time.
Just outstanding distribution. This is the kind of team chemistry that you love to see.
The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Knicks lead by 5. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Knicks. So it's the Knicks now, leading by 5. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Cameron Johnson is out there with Joe Harris. Then it's Simmons. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Dinwiddie. Jalen Brunson picking up that last basket. From the stripe. And the jumper falls for him.
And you can tell the coaching staff likes to see this from Harris. So good at taking what's available. And growing up around basketball, R.J. Barrett's dad played a bunch of places. R.J. spending a lot of his childhood in France.
Nets trail by 7. Dinwiddie outside. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Dinwiddie's got 9 points. New York's gone along perfectly from three-point range tonight. They've gone 5 for 5. Greg, you know this. One of R.J. Barrett's dad's best friends, former MVP Steve Nash.
Yeah, and Nash is RJ's godfather, no less. So Barrett's had a chance to kind of soak in the game his entire life, and you can see that in his intelligent play on the floor.
And here is Bridges. After R.J. Barrett hit the three. And on that shot, with that, the Knick lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Harris.
For real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Now here's Randall. Yep, it counts. Randall's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And how about the touch there inside? And that's where Randall likes to get the ball, and you can see why.
Dinwiddie with the bucket.
And he's got great length for a point guard, and it served him well on that play.
Barrett for 3, and the Knicks hit again from deep.
That's number 2 for him from long range in the quarter, his 3rd overall.
To the paint, and slam dunk by Harris.
Ooh, put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Toppin passes to Quickly, and stolen by Simmons. Brunson against Dinwiddie. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Brunson. A finish. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
Timeout called, the Nets.
Fans, it's time to get hyped.
And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Ben Simmons. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Johnson. Thomas checked in for Joe Harris. And it's Seth Curry in for Dinwiddie. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. It's Curry outside. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Curry's got 6.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Randall with the bucket.
This brings him to 3 total makes from the arc. We've just 1 in this half so far.
And here is Curry following Julius Randle's 3. Thomas feeling it out a bit, shoots the 3. That one's in there. The Knicks lead is cut back down to 5 points in the make from Curry.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh yeah, you're done.
Robinson, it's deflected, and he's able to get it back. Good on the shot. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Knocked loose, stolen by Brunson. Here's Grimes, and the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
Okay, let's throw out the analytics for a moment. When he's taking the mid-range, it's a winning shot.
Here's Thomas. Robinson with the block, and it goes out of bounds. That went off Robinson. There's Thomas with the 3. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Pass to Hart. 3-pointer, Randall. And another 3 for New York.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Thanks a lot. Here with Tom Thibodeau. Coach, what has gone well for your team in the first half?
Started making plays, play unselfishly, force the defense to shift, attack, get downhill, then make a play.
Your guys followed the instructions to the letter. Thanks, Coach. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
Welcome. All right, guys, let's break it down. It has not been the ideal start for the Brooklyn Nets.
The energy on D stood for disappointing. They were slow to rotate. Communication was bad. No effort. I mean, the intensity on that end of the floor, where it needs to be, was just not there.
And let's get back to our featured game. A fantastic battle between these two guys.
These two have been great. Locking horns, like those battering rams you see on the nature documentaries. No one is given an inch.
Wait, since when do you watch nature docs?
I am nature docs. The animals hear me.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. We're seeing a tremendous game from Julius Randle.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
Hey, Richard, for a while, teams went smaller. They became quicker. Now we're seeing some teams go big, playing 2, sometimes 3 7-footers in the lineup. It's amazing.
Yeah, there's always a pendulum swing. Once it goes too small, then all of a sudden the pendulum swings back, and now everyone is looking for size. But you have to have size that can also stretch the floor, because teams need guys that can rebound. That's what they're looking for.
And New York, looking at who they've got. Randle and Robinson will be the inside pair. Then it's R.J. Barrett. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Grimes in a 2-guard. Here now is Dinwiddie. Following Julius Randle's 3, it'll go, and the Knicks lead is cut back down to a 7-point margin. Getting the points there from Dinwiddie. For 3, Barrett. That's in, coming off an assist from Randle. Barrett's got 14.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. 14 points for him. Hits it from 3-point range.
Something lit a fire under them at the half. They started this quarter going 3 for 3 from the floor.
Randle finds Brunson. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Dinwiddie with the ball, and it's blocked. Robinson for 3, and again, New York with the triple.
This is that modern big man play. Tall guys who are comfortable draining shots from deep.
Dinwiddie passes to Bridges. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on R.J. Barrett. One of the biggest changes in the NBA since I started broadcasting back in the early 80s, player movement, Richard. Guys switching teams all the time. Is that a good thing or a bad thing for the NBA?
I think for players, it's great because you have more mobility. You have a chance to change your environment and revitalize you. For the fans, I understand. Probably not so much because really they connect to these players, especially when you draft them or they're a part of an epic year or a championship. You just hate to see those players go. So there's two sides to it.
And I bet as a player, knowing you as I do, you probably enjoy the challenge of trying to reassert yourself, find out where you could best help your new team.
Yes, and you enjoy your new role. I've been in roles where I was expected to be a leading scorer. I've also been in a role where I was expected to mentor Kawhi Leonard, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Harrison Barnes. All those guys were drafted at my time in Golden State. Oh, coming out hot, hot, hot. 4 out of 4 for the field. Okay.
On the wing, Johnson lets the 3 fly. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 4 assists now tonight. Over to the wing. Lets it go with the 3. Grimes with the bucket. Grimes has got the lead up to 10 now for the Knicks.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
On the wing, Johnson from outside the arc. And the Nets, another 3.
If they're going to want to close the gap, they're going to need to start running more sets through him. Let your stars lead the way.
And for the Nets, it's been a whirlwind last couple of years, assembling a super team, and before you knew it, it fell apart. But this franchise has been back from the ashes before, so don't write off that front office just yet.
And here is Johnson after Obi Toppin was able to get the triple. 6 on the shot clock. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
I love the spirit he's shown tonight, particularly on the offensive end.
He's going to keep putting up shots regardless of the score. That's the kind of player he is.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And examining his numbers this season, we can see that he's been an exceptional free throw shooter, right around 85.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Thomas checked in for Joe Harris, and Curry subbed in for Bridges. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Hart finds quickly from the arc, and the Knicks hit again from deep.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
Here's Simmons. The baseline jumper goes down. Simmons got his first points of the night.
Have to like the sight of Simmons nailing his jump shot. Unless you're the other team, then you know you're in trouble.
Count it.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
And catching the defense flat-footed and taking full advantage. Big bucket there to extend the lead.
It'll go, and the Knicks lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Curry.
Another bomb for him right now. His three-point shooting might be the key to cutting that lead.
Absolutely, and they have to continue to go to him.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Dinwiddie kicks to Thomas. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. The Nets shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And their success rate on the season right around 77%.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And both free throws good for Thomas.
Now he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
Barrett the pass to Randall. The 11-footer, and Barrett with the basket on the assist from Randall. Randall's got his 3rd assist on the night. And so it's New York with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific.
Please give a big round of applause.
Here now a chance to show you assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
He'll be proud of that one. Bigs love when their passing skills are noticed.
4th quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Curry is out there with Thomas. Then there's Harris. And it's Claxton in at the 5 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Randall. That falls. Nice feed that time from Brunson. Brunson's got 5 assists in the game. Now here's Curry. Passes it to Finney-Smith. Outside Thomas from 20 feet out. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this win.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Pass to Thomas. Randall with the block.
When Randall is engaged defensively, he can make some spectacular plays and really brings an intimidation factor to the game.
Count it, good. And now it's an 11-point Knicks lead. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for New York. Outside Thomas. Unloads from 13. And there's the pass to Hart. Johnson with it. New York moving the ball around. Sinks the three-pointer. Robinson's got the lead up to 14 now for the Knicks. Richard, you were part of a Cavs team that came back from 3 games to 1 down in the NBA Finals to win the title. Remarkable. Just how hard was that to do?
Well, let me say this. I think it was the greatest championship ever. And I'm not being biased. Those are the facts. They were the defending champion. They had the 2-time MVP. They won 73 wins that year. So for me, that was the most special comeback because we played in the greatest championship of all time.
I'm assuming there was no doubt in your mind at all you would come back, correct?
That's a lie. There was tons of doubt in my mind, but I will say this. When you have a group of guys that stay together when you're down 3-1, it's because you believe in each other and we believed in ourselves.
Making some changes. Mikal Bridges comes in for Thomas. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Curry. Here's Dinwiddie. It's tipped. And they're running. Here's Sims. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Sims has got his first bucket in this one.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
The shot's good from Fournier.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
1:29 left in the fourth quarter of this one.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Knicks.
The differential in assists led to a lot of open looks, and it also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easily.
And they made the defense adjust, but they just couldn't come up with an answer.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Julius Randle.
He came up with a bucket every time they needed him to. Great effort on offense, and he was a difference maker. Well, I guess we could give him credit for not getting discouraged. They're still playing hard. He's doing his job out there.
And that one's good by Roby. And the Knicks lead by 21.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game, saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
And from long range, Bridges getting more and more comfortable, taking and making his share of threes.
Got that one up quick.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
All road wins. They're just so sweet. They're just so sweet. You know why? Because they are so hard to come by.
He gets it in there.
And man, is he in a zone right now. Seems like he can't miss.
Here's Roby. And there's another one for the Knicks.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, I credit some of that to their communication out on the floor. They are attacking as a unit.
Bridges outside. And the call will be against Fournier. That's his first foul.
First team foul. Substitutions on the court.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline for our player of the game. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. RJ, when you look at this game, the offense was clicking. What was happening out there?
Just really getting the win. And when everybody contributes and everybody's, in double figures, everybody's playing well together, that's what it's all about.
And you were a big part of that as well, man. Congrats again. Back to you.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. As we leave you with our New Balance player of the game, Julius Randle.